What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Chronocord Gaming. I am C-Dub, going to be manning the controls here today as your host. Survival processed here in GTA 5. Joined here today by my co-host JC.
Yo.
JC, we're jumping right on in here into Wave 1. We've got a little bird's eye view of the map here. Have you played Survival Processed yet?
Oh, absolutely, brother. This is probably my favorite map as far as these survival jobs go. I also really enjoy the rail yard one, but this has got to be the top of my list. I know it's probably the top of your list as well.
Oh yeah, I spent a lot of time leveling up to level 120 by playing this. This is a great way, as we will see in the end, to get a big payday. Something to the tune of $30,000 for completing Wave 1 through 10.
Oh yeah.
And we're going to show you how to do it right here as we're mowing down the numbers here, taking quite a bit of damage here with this bird's eye view. I would not suggest using that position beyond Wave 1. And even as you see here with these lower level enemies, they can still take out quite a bit of your health. So you got to be careful and pick them out and choose your shots carefully here, JC.
Yeah, C-Dub, you're in a risky spot up there on the lift, I guess you would call it. I definitely do not start there usually. You're certainly exposing yourself. And these guys are definitely harder to kill. They don't just fall with one single headshot from a pistol, though you are using a very powerful weapon there.
Yeah, man. I am using the high-powered pistol, I believe. And, of course, here we go. The assault shotgun I've switched over to. I believe that is I'm using now. And this is pretty much my spot that I use for, as we're going to see the rest of this processed survival mission here in GTA 5. You can post up right here on this dumpster at the back of this warehouse. As you can see, there are some panels of this roof missing, so you will occasionally have some helicopter fire coming in, but very little of it will actually connect with you and do damage. As you can see here, I have the helmet equipped, which will also cut down on the damage to the head as we stick our gun up there and occasionally jump up and take a look and shoot these guys one by one. There's kind of a good little choke point there at the corner of this building on the right, JC, that you can see where guys start funneling in here to you.
Yeah, that's always a prime strategy for these survival jobs. Find a good position where you get that angle where the people will just file in and frankly just run into your gunfire, and that'll make it a lot easier for you to be able to survive into Wave 10.
Oh yeah. Here we are closing out Wave 2.
Well done.
Looks like we got 21 kills there. That'll do. It's usually about 20 to 30 kills each wave, somewhere in that region. Each wave, of course, these enemies are going to have some more powerful weapons. So I'm going to go ahead and toss out some explosives out there. Why not? Let's cut down on some of these numbers right off the bat. Cut these guys out who have the high-powered weapons here. And yeah, more of just pretty much you stay in this spot and you use the spray and pray method. You just hold up on the stick there and you can aim and just stick your gun up and over and fire from cover there. From what I've found, the easiest way to clear this mission, it takes anywhere from 25 to 35 minutes, depending on how quick you are and how easily you can contend with the helicopters you're going to have to face, which is usually the thing I've found, JC, that stops people, is the helicopters you have to take out on 2 of these waves.
Yeah, definitely, man. Now, there are 2 other positions on this job that I like to utilize when trying to execute a solo run here. One of them is going to be out in the open, which does expose you to the helicopters, and you have to be careful about that. There's a dumpster a good half ways across the map from where you are, but it is a good spot when there are only bad guys on the ground coming at you, and you can do the spray and pray method that you just mentioned. And there's also another location which is parallel to the area you are in right now. It is the other hangar to the right of you, and it is a double wide space. It also provides good protection from the ground troops and somewhat of a good protection area from the helicopters. You really have to be careful hiding from those things. The two most efficient weapons by far against them would have to be the homing launcher and the minigun.
Oh yes, that is one of the best methods you're going to be able to use to take out the choppers. You know, if you go before you start this mission, of course you have the menu where you can buy ammo and everything you need. I usually like to make sure that I have about 2,000 rounds of shotgun ammunition, and I try to fill up my RPG, the homing launcher, as well as the minigun as much as I can. Because, you know, even if you do end up spending quite a lot of the ammo doing this job, we're going to get a huge payout here. 30 grand, I do believe. And, oh, he's gone. Looks like that's it for Wave 3.
Great job again, C-Dub. Now, this processed survival job is definitely one of the easiest ways to make $30,000 in 30 minutes or less in GTA 5 online. I know it's my go-to whenever I need a little extra cash when I'm looking to buy a new weapon or a new vehicle.
Oh yeah, this is one of the most efficient methods. Of course, a lot of people like to play Rooftop Rumble, which is another fun mission, but because everybody played it so much, Rockstar along the way has nerfed the payouts for it. This one you still get a cool 30 grand. You don't have too much risk of dying, really. Really, it's all about time. If you're just patient and sit here like I am and clip them as they come to you, it's not too difficult, not a whole lot of risk, and plenty of reward.
Now, C-Dub, do you prefer to play these survival jobs on solo runs or with people on your team?
I have played them with people on the team, and there's actually a second spot just to the right of the screen over here. There's a tiny little dumpster that actually the guy is shooting from behind right now. You can get in there.
Yeah, there it is. With
a second player and use that as another choke point and allow the player on the right-hand side to take people out that come around the corner. And of course, the person in this position can take people out to the left as they come around the other corner.
Now, C-Dub, watch out, dude. You have a helicopter circling the premises. Be very aware of where it is at all times.
Oh yeah, gotta make sure and utilize that mini-map so that you don't get up there while they're, of course, using their sniper fire, as well as whatever assault rifles or anything else they shoot you with from the helicopter. Just gonna clear out some of these numbers before we really head over there. It is a little bit difficult to clear these last couple guys out that are in cover from a good distance away, but if you just take your time, they will come out, and eventually you can make your way out here and have to face this big helicopter.
Yeah, it's really a matter of patience, whether you want to wait for these guys to come out of their hiding spot and come after you, or whether you just need to go run them down. Now I see you switching up to the minigun here to take out the helicopter. They're taking some shots at you there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make sure that I hit them as soon as they break over this building.
Man, I love that sound of a minigun when it's not firing yet, but it's kind of warming up. It reminds me a lot of the scene in Predator 1, where Jesse the Body Ventura is pretty much clearing out the jungle, trying to kill the unknown enemy that is cloaking himself, and he just keeps firing and that thing just keeps on rotating. It's just a really memorable scene from that movie.
Absolutely. Hopefully we will not meet the same fate as the sexual Tyrannosaurus himself did in that movie. I think we're in a pretty safe position here where we can just keep firing away. as we are getting a little bit further up. Ooh, boom, there goes that. We are getting a little bit further up the rank here, halfway there.
Yeah, great job so far, C-Dub. Now, this processed job, it doesn't unlock until level 25. I didn't even realize that. And it is also not unlocked until you beat the industrial plant first, the other survival job. Some of the other survival jobs include Boneyard, Del Perro Pier, Sandy Survival. We have the industrial plant we mentioned, the rail yard, which I mentioned at the beginning of the video. We have Sawmill Plant, Maze Bank, which was added with the business update. And we have Legion Square, which was also added in another update, which was I'm Not a Hipster. I really like all of these maps, and I'm looking forward to some new survival jobs that they will be adding soon to GTA 5 Online.
I certainly hope so. I can think of a few really cool locations for these survival jobs. I really enjoy the battle strategy that goes into it with making sure that you have a good tactical position where you can funnel everybody in, kind of like I mentioned and like we're doing right now. If you can kind of find the boundary of the map, as we've done here, we're kind of in a corner, you can prevent enemies from spawning and coming around on you, as we have not had any come around to the left side of us. If you do exit this building, as we saw whenever we were on Wave 1, you will have enemies actually climb over this wall to our left and funnel in. But it seems if you stay close enough to the edge or the perimeter of the map, that you can kind of cut off how they come in at you, and therefore have a better strategy, better strategic location to survive.
Now, C-Dub, I want to go a little bit more in-depth on your enemies here for your GTA survival processed mission. Now, these guys look like a bunch of Paul Blarts out there, but they are really members of the Gruppe-Sechs, which is a private security company found in GTA 5, and it's also found throughout the GTA series, dating all the way back to GTA 3, all the way through GTA Vice City, GTA 4. They do not appear in GTA San Andreas. Now, Gruppe-Sechs is the security company in charge of those armored cars that you do see in GTA 5 around the city. Now, in single player mode, they pop up as random missions, and in GTA 5 Online, they pop up as robbery opportunities so that you can drive up behind the armored cars, throw some explosives or whatever you got onto the truck, and then kaboom, you can blow it open, steal a good amount of cash, usually around $3,000 to $5,000. You will be pursued by the cops for a little bit, but nothing too serious. You can hide out for a minute and lose all your stars, and it's a nice quick way to get a few bucks.
Oh yeah, I have done that many times in my exploits on GTA Online. Roll up, toss the sticky bomb on there, take out the couple of guys riding in front, and the money is yours. We're closing in here on the end of Wave 6. Thus far, we're doing pretty good. We have plenty of ammunition left, even as we are being quite trigger happy here. Looks like we got a couple of more guys we're gonna have to take out, though. More of these troublesome enemies that come up in the vehicles as well.
Yeah, the bad guys on this map in particular, they happen to drive only two types of vehicles on GTA 5. It's going to be a Sand King, which is your F350 diesel turbo monster truck deal. And they also come in cavalcades, which are pretty much an Escalade.
Yeah.
Both cars are not armored, it doesn't seem, so they're pretty easy to shoot people through them. I usually like to preempt them arriving in their vehicles and take them all out in one fell swoop with a grenade launcher.
Oh yes. There it is, folks. Wave 6 is down. Now for Wave 7, I know you guys have been hanging in there quite a while. Thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and speed up Wave 7 for you with a little bit of warp speed. Warp speed. Engage.
Boom. C-Dub, great job with the warp mode of Wave 7. Not a whole lot more to show off from this angle. Just post it up, protecting your zone, making it so that guys can't creep behind you while you spray and pray from the dumpster wall here. Now, it's always very important to make your way out into the open between rounds and make sure you re-up on that body armor, because that'll really keep you alive in some really tough situations.
Oh yeah, you have to be sure in between rounds to go out, stock up on ammunition, stock up on armor and health, and as these waves go on, you will find that you can get more and more powerful weapons. If you can memorize where everything is, you can utilize that short window in between rounds and really make the most of it as far as pickups and keeping yourself alive and with plenty of ammunition.
Now I want to jump back to a question we kind of hypothetically proposed a little earlier in the video. C-Dub, where would you like to see the next survival job take place on the GTA 5 map?
Aha! I would like to see one perhaps out at the airfield, kind of out in the open. I think that would be pretty cool. Maybe even one perhaps up on Mount Chiliad somewhere would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, that would be badass. There's not a whole lot of places to hide and seek and shoot people there on top of the mountain. Maybe in the cable car station where the mural is. Now, there are quite a few locations on the map of Los Santos that I would like to see survival jobs take place. Number one would have to be the obvious Fort Zancudo. Now, there's quite a bit of room on that base to take on army soldiers or whomever may be your opposition. Hell, you might even get a tank to ward them off or something. Maybe be able to steal a jet. I doubt it though. And another spot would have to be Bolingbroke Prison. Now, I know some other missions and heists do take place there, but I feel like you could do a flip-flop of roles. You could actually be a cop or security guard there and have to fight prisoners trying to break out.
Oh man, that would be pretty sweet. Prevent the prison break. Man, you have to get a little bit of extra pay for being the greatest corrections officer ever in that case. And we are halfway through Wave 9 here, JC. We're mowing them down left and right. Just gotta kind of stay cool here and make sure not to come up from the cover. As we can see, these enemies have some seriously high-powered weapons, and any hits that we take are going to be pretty devastating at this point.
Yeah, despite all that, you're still tearing it up here as we see more enemy vehicles make their way into the scrapyard. Now, sometimes I find it easier to do a solo run instead of teaming up with other players, because those players can drag you down. Whoa, that guy got a little too close for comfort. Now, when you're playing with 3 other guys, usually you're stuck with one guy who's a complete idiot, doesn't know what they're doing. They die right off the bat of every wave. And the worst thing is when people go and take the body armor or much needed weapons and ammo that you need that are laying out in the open, especially when they have done nothing to help the team survive.
Oh yeah. I usually, as we see in this game, I am of course playing online, but I am in a invite-only session, which, to be honest, after all of the glitching and weird stuff I've seen in public games here lately, if I'm just going to play and have some fun and earn some money, I usually go to the invite-only session.
Yeah, that's a good strategy, especially when you're just trying to gain a bunch of money for your character and your account so you can buy some nice toys. C-Dub, I know you're playing this on the PlayStation 3. I have not noticed many glitches when I play online on the Xbox One. The few glitches I have been witness to mainly served to up someone's money very quickly via a car race or via some prior missions that they have since nerfed the rewards on. Now, great job, C-Dub, beating Wave 9 there. You have 15 seconds to go gather more body armor and ammo for the final showdown. Now, this is the time in a survival match when I like to fire up some music from the great 80s band Survivor.
Oh yeah.
Now, they have quite a few hits. You know them well from the Rocky movies. C-Dub, what is your favorite Survivor song?
Gotta be Eye of the Tiger, and I am going to exhibit the Eye of the Tiger here in Wave 10. As you just saw, threw down a little bit of explosive assistance, and as soon as everybody piles through here, I'm gonna cut them down. Come on to daddy, here we go. 3, 2, 1, goodbye. Those are definitely a big assist here in these survival missions. Whenever you're in close quarters, you can set up that choke point like I have here on these two corners and use those explosives strategically to cut out a big number of these people. Really comes in handy on these high waves because you can't really get up and fire precisely at them. You gotta stay in cover or else you will die in Wave 9 and 10.
Another weapon that certainly comes in handy in Wave 10 is the minigun, and now we can see on screen that you are level 131, well on your way to 132. If you have not reached level 120 in GTA 5 Online yet, I recommend you do so very soon. I'm very close to that accomplishment as well, but that unlocks the minigun for you, and therefore you can use it through all 10 rounds instead of having to wait until the final round for it to be available for your survival.
Yes, and as we saw earlier, taking down that helicopter in the earlier rounds, normally we would not have that weapon, and of course it makes things much easier where you don't have to kind of go in and out of cover to gradually take down the individuals in the helicopter rather than just blowing the damn thing to smithereens.
Holding steady here, dude.
Oh,
got about 10 to 15 more guys coming at you here. This gun really kicks ass. I must say, I didn't realize that the shotgun had this kind of range, and you're taking out guys from a pretty good distance.
Oh yeah. It does definitely cut down on people, as we saw whenever they get up close, but it's not too bad at far range either, and it has a pretty big clip in it, so you can fire off a lot of shots without having to reload. Here we go. We have mowed everybody down. Now we just got to take down the chopper. Guys, thank you so much for watching this survival here processed in GTA 5 Online here on Chronocord Gaming. If you have not already, please subscribe. Make sure to check out the rest of our stuff here, including our original instrumental music and the rest of our gaming and sports coverage, as well as pro wrestling, music, movies, and television. Everything in entertainment worth covering. We got you. Man, gonna have to keep firing off these rockets. We got one guy back here in the back hiding. I think we can take him out though, JC.
Yeah, C-Dub, you got this, man. I would go ahead and creep up on him, all slow-like. You've got plenty of life, and you've got some body armors around you there, just in case you do take a few more hits. Damn.
No problem. Got one more guy left here. You know what? Just for the heck of it, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get out the heavy-duty big fire here. Let's go ahead and take this guy out. I don't know where the heck he's hiding, but we're gonna take him down. The end of Wave 10, we have finally done it. Slayed countless enemies from Gruppe-Sechs security. You guys need to maybe do a little bit better hiring process because we have wiped out all all 10 waves. The survival is passed, processed, is done, and we have a cool 30 grand in our bank account. Thanks so much for joining us here at Chrono Chord. Catch you next time.